Alright, so let's understand what is the basic application architecture of a software. So if you are working on a software, you will see there are three different parts in a software. These are the bare minimum things. Of course, there will be multiple different components which may be involved in a typical software. But for a normal software, we have front end, back end, and database. Now, front end. What do you mean by front end? So, front end are those like if you are accessing a banking application for which you are going to open a internet browser and going to write www.xyz.com. The moment you write it, you see a login application page, and when you enter user ID and password, you will enter into the home page of the bank. So that home page is something which is kind of interacting with the user. So anything which interacts with the user directly, taking information of the user and in return returning a response to the user, that interaction which used to happen in any application is called as front end, right? Similarly, in mobile application, similar thing you would have seen where you see a mobile application, when you open it, it asks for some user ID, password, or maybe some call to action from the user, and in return it does some operation. So this is something called as front end of any application, right? Now, there is another component which is called as backend. What is backend? So backend is something where the core logic of the application is written. Front end is just a presentation layer where you just give some form where user enters the details of himself. But when user enters the details like name of the user, age of the user, salary, and maybe some other information, or maybe if you are in a banking application, user say that, hey computer, please transfer this much amount from this bank account to this bank account. So that is something, whatever be the instructions that you have given is happening through front end, where we are just issuing some instructions to the computer. But in the background, whatever be the operations that has to be done, that means pulling up the money from one bank account and doing it to or transferring it to other bank account. So that core operation is being done in the backend, right? So backend can be of, there are multiple type of multiple applications which are being created using different backend and different systems, right? So this is backend where you write the main code and where you do actual core operation of the application. Now, during all these things, you have to store the data of different entities which are going to be used in the application. Like if you are you are working on an HR software. So in the HR software, you want to have employee personal detail, you want to have employee professional detail, salary detail, and so on and so forth. So all these data is something being stored in the database, right? So these are the three different components of a standard software. All right. So we will see all these things in much more detail in upcoming discussions. Thank you.